Hey, beautiful friends. This is Sarah Blumenfeld with Networking Done Different, an outreach of an invitation to more.com. Today, I'm joined by a fashion consultant. How cool is that? Graffagnino with Infinite Image Consulting is going to talk to us about what we put on our bodies and what that says to other people. Welcome, Christian.
Hi, thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Tell us a little bit about your background and what a fashion consultant actually is or does.
That's such a good question. I think not a lot of people know about that, or think it's something like just celebrities can have this. So my name is Christian Graffagnino, and I am a fashion consultant and stylist. Have been professionally styling for over 9 years now. Excited that my 10th anniversary is about to come up. And a little bit about my background is I'm originally from Lafayette, Louisiana, and we moved over to Friendswood, Texas for my husband's job. So we have been here now almost longer than we've been in Louisiana, which is kind of hard to digest sometimes. And my degree is actually in business management, and I use that to help, of course, run my business, which has been excellent to have that know-how. I have been in and out of the fashion industry since the late 90s, which has helped me to cultivate different ideas and learn how to work with different types of people, different age groups and genders and styles and seasons of life and all the things throughout the years. So it's been lovely to do that. And I love using my passion for fashion to help people to curate a wardrobe that they love and that they feel confident in. So that is my job, is to help people understand what looks great on their body type, how they can do that in their everyday life. So I say I can style you from every day to the runway and everything in between. So closet cleanses, closet detox, whatever you want to call it, as well as shopping for my clients and also styling outfits for different occasions or even just everyday life. I love working with business professionals to help them to create a look that will help them to display to the world what it is that they want to say without even having to say anything. And then I love doing education and speaking. So to business offices, I recently did one to a church and different groups and organizations like wealth management companies, realtors, and different businesses that want to do a great like lunch and learn kind of activity. Or even just some kind of like continuing education on the importance of being well dressed and what executive presence means.
Wow, that's a lot. So many moving parts, right? I mean,
there are
overwhelming. That's why most of us don't really look that good in what we throw on ourselves.
It's a learned skill.
Yeah. Well, and so valuable to have someone like you come in and assess where we are and then show us what's possible that probably never even occurred to us.
Absolutely. Like, I think that everyone has gifts and talents. And when we aren't strong in one area, I think it's such a great idea to, source that out. Or if there's something we don't like to do as much, like I don't like to do accounting or my finance.
Me neither.
I source that out. So the same is true with your wardrobe and your styling. If you're not big or you get overwhelmed when you go to stores, or if you don't really know what fits your body shape properly, definitely just know that there is somebody that actually does that in real life.
Do a lot of people think that's not important, or they've never even considered how it might be important?
I have actually run across, there are some people, yes, who feel like it is what it is. I am who I am. Right. And this is what I'm doing. Like, accept me as I am either way. Which I would love for everyone to feel that way, in a sense of, it would be so great if everyone was loving and accepting and non-judgmental and everything. But there's also a certain level of respect in different situations where it is proper to show up in a different way or in a different manner. So what you would wear to a black tie event, is not what you would wear going to go shop at Target or Walmart, right? So having a different respect for each of those different levels and understanding what that is in your current lifestyle, what that really means is truly important, because whether we like it or not, there is some judgment going around. And I want to help people build a confidence around that, like knowing what kind of events that you're going to, let me help you to get that confidence so that you can show up as your best self. Because ultimately it's about the confidence whatever it is that you're wearing. I want everyone to feel super confident in that so they can be the most successful that they can be.
Yeah, because if you're worrying about, oh, this doesn't feel right, my pants are too tight or too thin, or your mind is going there, right? Instead of being in the present moment.
Exactly. Yes. And yes, I see this often. I'll see like people, if they're on stage or presenting or whatever, and they're sitting there and they're like scooching their skirt down. And I'm like, just wear the right size skirt and that won't happen. So it's things like that. And my eyes, I was actually talking with a client yesterday, and she was like, oh my gosh, do you just see everything that needs to be corrected with every outfit? Right. And it's my job. It's what I do. However, it's not in a judgmental way. It's I'm a very logical, analytical thinker. And so it's very much like how would I, update this? Or what could we do to kind of tweak that a little bit to give them like a really, really great new aspect for this particular outfit. I'm not doing this all the time. It's with my clients.
You're looking at everybody you come in contact with thinking, oh my goodness, what was she thinking?
No. And that's not it at all. It's like, I try to figure out like, what is it about this that the client loves, and how can I translate that to help them look their best? So, when people are going through their closets, they might say, I really, 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 really love this shirt. And I look at it, I'm like, ooh, okay, tell me what you love about that so that I can make sure to incorporate that into, whatever we shop for in the future. And then I will tell them, maybe it is a piece that doesn't fit them properly or just doesn't hang quite the right way to lay across their body. I'm huge on like, let's let the pieces skim your body versus hug super tight. So if I can figure out why a client loves something, and this is just great knowledge for everyone, figure out why you love something and then translate that into pieces that fit you properly. And fit is probably 90% of what makes an outfit look fantastic.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I imagine there are people out there like me that have things in their closet from, I don't know, 30 years ago. And just because, I don't know, it still fits. And right? But to talk a little bit about the closet detox, that sounds so interesting.
Sure. Well, and I will touch on that note too, Sarah. Fashion is cyclical, right? So if we're looking at 30 years ago, we're going back into, the 90s, late 80s, 90s timeframe, and all of that stuff comes back, right? So we want to look at where and how much a piece is worn and that kind of thing. So, so anyway, I wanted to make sure that I touch on. Okay, tell me the question again.
So closet detox, you said, kind of describe what you do with that.
Yes. So a detox, think of it like, if you're doing, I relate a lot of stuff that I do to food because I love to cook and I love to eat. So think of it like if you're doing a juice cleanse or, you're doing one of these detoxes with your body, you are trying to eliminate certain things from your what you're eating, maybe your diet. If I don't really like to use that word sometimes, but you're trying to eliminate some things to make room for the good stuff. And that's what I'm doing in a detox in your closet is we are making room for things that fit you, flatter you, and that are in your current lifestyle. So it could be that we are looking at a particular season. So if I'm doing summer wear, I'm looking through all the pieces to see, does it fit? Does it flatter? And, and do you love it? Right. So I want to make sure that all of these things relate to where you are right now in your life. So I create a style recipe with each of my clients to determine how is it that they want to be seen? How is it that they want to show up? And so it could be that they want to look professional, they want to look chic, they want to look put together, and they want to feel certain ways too. So I take all of these words and then I apply that when I'm doing the detox. If it doesn't get within that category, then we talk about that. Like, well, why are you hanging on to this piece? You know, what is it about that piece? And then we discuss it. So a detox is getting rid of things in your closet that no longer fit or flatter you, your body, or your current lifestyle where you're at right now. That way we can allow for more room to put things in there that can help expand your wardrobe, as well as help you to build a wardrobe that you love, that you feel confident and successful in, while cleaning everything up all at the same time.
Right.
Yes.
One of your blog posts that I love said something about us being a walking billboard. Can you describe?
Yes.
Because I don't think we really comprehend that that's what's going on.
Yes. So there have been studies done, and it has been said, you know, according to Google, that first impressions are made within the first 3 seconds of meeting someone. So even before you can, you know, open your mouth and share with the world your expertise, people are already like thinking about and judging you solely based on the way that you look. So your hairstyles, your clothing, the way you walk and present yourself, your handshake, your slouch, your standing up straight. All of that is judged within 3 seconds of meeting someone. So the idea of you being a walking billboard means whatever it is that you want to tell the world, it needs to be done with your wardrobe as well as with your physical, like your physical appearance. So if you're kind of slouched over, it gives a different tone. So walking billboard just means that you are advertising to every single person that you meet. So whether you are in business or not, it doesn't matter. So you could be, you know, volunteering for something, or you could be running for a position, or you could be, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to go to the work world when we say billboard, because we think of someone advertising, but just kind of think about it like, I am advertising something. So what is it that you want your billboard, your body, your look to say? And that's basically what that means.
So when you're consulting with the client the first time, do you just kind of assess them and say, okay, this is what your presence is saying to me now? Is that what you're intending, or what would you like it to be?
So what I do more of is see what they want it to say. Okay. And then we work from there. So I want to first of all see how they want to be received and perceived. And then we work through that. So if what they're showing me does not meet what they want, then we say we can do better, right? Like, let's align what you want with what I'm seeing and make those two match up. Gotcha. Yeah.
So let's go through the process. So someone calls you up and says, hey, I would like a consultation. Then what happens?
Great question. So I will say that I do give free 30-minute consults to every new client. So that's a free service that I offer, and it helps me to understand where you are in your style journey and where you want to be, and so that I can try to see if we're a good fit for each other, as well as and then offer, like, I think, you know, whichever one of my services would fit best with your situation. And it's not a cookie cutter kind of thing. It might fit better into this session or that session, and that's why I like to do that consult, is to let people know that, you know, there are those base things, but it's customizable to each person. So everything starts with the free consult. That's the way to do it. It's bookable on my website. It literally says book now. You click there and get your consult in. And then at that consult, like I said, I'm trying to figure out, there is a questionnaire that I like people to fill out before we get started. And it asks questions, just like an array of questions, like, why are you interested in this? Like, have you ever worked with a personal stylist before? And what was your experience like? Or even think questions like, what would you like this experience to look like? So that we're on the same page. I am huge into communicating and making sure that we are all on the same page.
Right.
So that, yes, absolutely. So in that first consult call, we go over all those details. I will suggest certain options for each potential new client, and then they can see, what they would like to do. So some people like to go into my Style Sisters membership, where it's a very easy, very intro level kind of thing, where you can get some style tips once a month in our private Facebook group just for women, and you can ask questions in there. So that's very entry level. The next thing that I offer are one-time services. So if you need like a quick fix, a quick Band-Aid, a quick kick in the pants.
Or you have an event coming up you just have to look really good for.
Exactly. We can do one of those services as well. And then something I'm now offering are some long-term packages. So if you were in transition, or if you know that you would like help, end of summer or whatever season you happen to be in, and the next few months, then you might like one of my 3, 6, or 12-month packages. So that can help you either in season transition, work transition, life transitions, weight transitions. So I believe that everybody deserves to feel good right now. And one thing that I was hearing a lot of was, oh wait, I don't want to use your services until I lose 5 pounds. And my thought process is, well, you deserve to feel great right now. So how about we start this process together? If you're truly on a health journey and you're working at it, let's go ahead and start this process so I can show you how to look great right now, and then how to transition, right? Because if you're going to be in that process and you're losing weight, you're going to have new pieces that you're going to need it to incorporate. So I'd much rather a client like spend money on pieces that are going to look fantastic and transition with them versus throwing on a sack because they want to cover everything up. That is not cute. And we do not want to do that. So that's why I started offering those long-term packages as well. So from the consult, we decide what would be a great fit. And then I do give my clients homework. So we go through that homework process. So that way the first session that we do, which I do now offer in person and virtual. So thanks to COVID, I've been incorporating some virtual sessions as well. So if you're not in the area that I'm in or happen to be in, then we can do some kind of virtual session as well. And that way I can see you in your closet. And my virtual sessions have been going really, really well. I'm getting some really good feedback on them. I do these for photography clients, vacation packing, styling, shopping, like the whole 9 yards here. So it's been good.
That's so fun.
Thank you.
I want to revisit the weight loss issue. So
sure.
I think that's super important, because a lot of times when people are looking to lose weight, they're sitting in judgment of their bodies, right? And so by you helping them feel good in their body at whatever state it's in, that can also help them lose weight because they don't hate their body so much, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that you brought that up, Sarah, because it's so true. When you hire a stylist while you're on your weight loss journey, it actually exemplifies, like it helps boost that journey that you're on, because you're going to be ready to get into that next stage. And it's not that I'm an exercise coach or anything like that, but knowing that you have something to look forward to, like a shopping trip or it helps, it exponentially helps to help you onto that journey and help you to lose weight faster, in my opinion, and what I have seen with clients.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And something that people don't, they don't really think about it that way, but when you bring it that way, they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Like you've got a cheerleader on your side helping you to look great all along the way. So whether you're, going out to, work out in the gym, or you're going into your office, or whatever it is that you're doing, I want you to feel confident and successful every single step of the way, and just know that how you are dressed and how you look fantastic.
Yeah. All right. So you go through and you find out what it is they would like to portray to the world. You look at what they have.
Yes.
These things we keep, these things we release.
Yes.
And then what? You go shopping with them, for them?
Yes. So there are lots of options in shopping. So some people get overwhelmed by shopping. I hear that a lot from my clients. So it could be a convenience thing. Like maybe they don't have time and they just want someone to go do it for them, or they walk into a store and they get completely overwhelmed. They don't know what to choose, or they don't know how to dress their bodies, that kind of thing. So the shopping options that I offer are completely online. So we take measurements and get, identify all the things, at this point we've done a detox or an edit. Or sometimes we have it. Sometimes people just want to go straight into the shopping. They're like, I have this event. I need this item. Help me go shop for it. Right. So there's a questionnaire to go with that too. So I make sure that I'm pulling the proper things for that. So we can shop online, where I have a curated virtual wardrobe. So again, going to those little virtual services, it is actually a little icon that you can put on your phone. Your wardrobe pops up. So everything that you have in your wardrobe, I can curate the lookbooks for that, shop online with you. So you can go catch those. The link is literally right there. You can shop, it comes to you. And then we do a session to where I can make sure that everything that you have purchased fits you properly and how to style that. We can shop in person, where I shop alongside of you. We kind of walk in together, depending on how many pieces that a person needs, that it might be more convenient, or it might just be the right fit for that session. Or I can shop ahead of you, where I have things pulled off aside for my clients, and then they come in after. So depending again on how many pieces they need, how many stores that we need to go to, that has been a great, great session for some of my clients as well.
Wow. Do you find that women feel like they're not worth it?
I do feel like women have some confidence things that they are trying to work through. And so I do feel like this is a great opportunity for me to just love on women and show them how beautiful that they are, and show them how, yes, we can put the clothes on you, but ultimately it's how you feel on the inside, right? So I can help you in the physical outside, but there are some things that you got to work on in your heart, to build that confidence. And you are worth it. Like every person is worth it. You are worth it to do this for yourself. And I know a lot of times I work or I'll have moms say, oh, I can't do that right now, because they're putting everything into their kids and their families and relationships. And I absolutely get that. I think though, it is really good to kind of step back for a second and say, you know what, I do deserve this. Like I do deserve to feel and look great, and stop wasting money on things that don't fit me properly, and to make this decision to do that. So yes, I do work with people to do that. And a lot of times I feel like people feel like they need permission to let stuff go. So maybe it's like a piece that they've been holding on to for a long time for whatever reason. Yeah. And having, or permission to keep something, or it's like a verbal, like, yes, some people just need that extra boost of confidence. So if they don't have it for themselves, they can borrow some of mine. I'll give you that you need to be able to put those looks together. And it is very efficient. I have had so many people say, this was amazing. Like, I'm so glad that you were here and helped me to make these decisions quickly and trust. And they trust in that. So that's been a good feeling.
Yeah. And if we fill up our own cup, right, by honoring ourselves and doing these kind of things for ourselves, then we have more to give to others.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. I mean, that whole like oxygen mask thing, on the flight, that story goes for everything, right? Like we have to fill our own cups, fill our own buckets, accounts, put our oxygen on first in order to do that for other people. So for us to show up as our true authentic selves, it is good to spend time on that. Yeah. And
I loved what you said about the spending money on clothes that actually are going to accentuate you, right? Yes. I think sometimes people look at this kind of a service and think, oh my goodness, that's going to be so much money. But they forget how much money they're already spending on things that don't look good.
It's so true. So Sarah, I actually looked this up. So like I looked it up in Google to see what they would say. And they said that the average US woman spends $3,300 a year on clothing. Wow. So that's a lot of money, y'all. If you're going to be spending that much money on clothes, and even more, right? Like that was an average. Right. It doesn't really matter even how much it is. when you are budgeting and you are spending money on clothes, it needs to be good, right? It needs to be whatever suits you and your body. Just like, you know, we always try to get the best that we can with the budget that we have. And that's what I try to do with my clients, is say, what is your budget? I've been doing this, like I said, for almost 10 years now. I know where to shop to get the best quality for what you're looking for and what would look great on your body. So it really is a money saver too. You don't waste money. I mean, like, seriously, how many people have like items hanging in their closet still with the tags on them?
Yes.
That's a real thing.
When my mother-in-law passed and we had to clean out her closet, seriously, half of the closet was stuff still had the tags on them. Like,
oh really? My gosh. Yeah. And you know what, Sarah, that actually goes to something else too. Sometimes it becomes a fix versus a need. It becomes like, I want to just go out and shop because it fills this hole that I have, and whatever that is. So it is actually working with clients through that process too. Like, how much do you actually need? And, you know, versus want. Now, if your budget allows, we can do all of that. But I do like to just kind of keep it real right there and say, okay, this is how much you actually need. And we can curate, you know, maybe we do like a little capsule wardrobe, and then we can, you know, curate clothes for that. And that can help go into the next season. And we can do one each season if that's what they want to do. And then, you know, go from there, say, okay, the rest is fluff. The rest is extra, it's fun, it's fluff. And that's fun to have too, right? To have some options.
Yeah. Well, and I imagine if people just go willy-nilly buying stuff they never even wear, then every time they see it in their closet, they have this guilt.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. And if your closet's unorganized, you don't even know what you have in there anyway.
Well,
and you end up buying the same thing over and over. Like, we are attracted to what we like, and we are attracted to what we like is what we have a ton of, right? For closets that are unorganized, when I go in there, I'm finding the same things over and over because it's unorganized and people don't know what they already have. So when they go out shopping, they're like, oh, I'll just go get another one, rather than actually take the time to do a closet detox or a cleanse and figure out what they have so they know what to spend on in the future.
Oh, wow. And I imagine that you also help people, like, this goes with that, and you can have this piece and it goes to these 3 outfits.
Oh, right? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And that's there's a lot of my favorite parts. That's why I do it.
That's why you're so good at this.
Thank you.
Because you love it.
I do. I truly do. So styling is definitely one of my favorite things. So again, that's with it, you know, happens a lot when I'm with a client, and we'll put, you know, like, let's say they get a few new pieces, or we're just working in their closet for the first time. And I will start to show them, okay, this can go with this. And I cannot, if I had $10 or a nickel, whatever, for every time someone said, I've never put that together that way, or I've never seen my clothes in the way that you see them now. Specifically, the client I was with yesterday, she was like, I thought that these pieces were so, you know, in this realm, and I couldn't wear them anymore. And I was like, no, this is fantastic. Like, you have a great wardrobe. And after going through everything that she had, there were only 5 pieces that I identified that I thought would make a good fit to her closet to really expand it. Like, she had a good base. So sometimes that's even another thing, like people thinking they have to go get this whole new wardrobe. No, you don't. Like, maybe you just need 5 pieces to help you really expand what you already have. So shop your closet first is one of the biggest things that I love to do.
Yeah. And once you let them know how they can put stuff together in new ways that they hadn't thought of, as you said, they're like, oh, wow, this is more versatile than I imagined.
Yes, exactly. So then we're able to, I call them a lookbook. So we're able to, for my long-term clients, I'm able to upload those pictures into a virtual lookbook that they can just, you know, keep handy on their phone. So my whole theme is, my motto is, less stressed is better dressed. So for me, having pictures available that you can look at when you're in a pinch is so super helpful. So I love doing the virtual closet for my clients. So that way we can both look at it, they can text me. I do again, long-term plans. I've got something called Stylist on Call, where people can just send me a message and say, I'm going to this event, literally, I'm going to this event. What should I wear? I go into their virtual closet, I pull a few items, create a lookbook for them, and they're ready to go. And so it's just a quick, convenient way to know that we can put looks together. They can have them in their lookbooks already online and pull that just, for everyday kind of use. And when we do those style sessions, like putting the items together, then we are creating those looks for them to wear for different areas of their life, depending on what their goals are at that time.
That's fantastic. It sounds like a recipe book with a picture of the finished product, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Wow. It absolutely is. Yes. So now you're going to my cooking references again.
Right. You need to write it. You need to write a book with these cooking references related to fashion. That'd be so
cool.
It
has been in the works for years, Sarah. And
okay.
I need to definitely pull the trigger on that and just get it done.
Yeah, fantastic. Talk a little bit about color and how, some people, like, I wear black pants every single day, every day.
Okay. That's your go-to, huh?
That's it. So, but I'm sure other people have certain, they don't think they look good in color. They don't know how to, put it into their wardrobe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I actually have a blog post on adding more color into your wardrobe, like how to add in pieces, one at a time, understanding. So part of the process of what I do too is teaching my clients how to pull pieces that look great on them, or, we're going through things and maybe certain, I've actually posted about this too. Now that we say it, I got a couple of blog posts on color. So one is called dopamine dressing, where
yes, I want to talk about that.
Oh, good. So it is super exciting. So it's fairly within the last, year or so, this whole concept has come up of dopamine dressing. And so your body releases these chemicals when they're feel good chemicals. So when you are around or you dress in things that make you feel super happy or excited, it releases this, little dopamine. So the idea is pulling stuff that you absolutely love, that you absolutely feel great in, and that I can help translate what that is so that you get that little boost of dopamine. I absolutely love that idea. So that is one way that you can incorporate more color, is saying, what colors do I love? What things make me feel super happy? And then I can help you incorporate that into your outfits. The next thing is thinking about how to use colors in different ways. So if you look at a color wheel, and you can look on my website for this blog post, if you look at a color wheel, you can do, where you've got complementary colors where they're, across the color wheel, ones that are close next to each other. There's so many different ways that you can incorporate color. And I even give tips on that blog, in those blog posts, about how to incorporate color if you're afraid of it. How to do just a little bit at a time, where it could be, an accessory or a purse or a shoe or a print even. And that way it doesn't feel so overwhelming when you do it at first.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you find are, say, the top 3 mistakes that people make in their wardrobes?
Oh, that's a good question. The first thing that comes to mind is fit. But for clothing that doesn't fit properly, having too many things in their closet that it's overwhelming to choose from. And I relate that to, okay, go figure, it has a food reference again. So I relate that with my clients. Have you ever been to the Cheesecake Factory and seen their menu?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it is like a book long, right? And it's completely overwhelming.
Yeah.
So the same thing happens in our closet. When we have too many things to choose from, it becomes overwhelming and we choose the same things over and over again. So I would say so fit is probably number 1. The second thing is having too many pieces and not knowing what to choose or what to wear, and then just only wearing the same things over and over again. And I think the third thing would be, and this is not for everyone, but I feel like knowing what to wear for certain events. And I don't want to say that that's a mistake, because if you don't know what you don't know, right? But not seeking help when you need it. So, not reaching out or doing something like that. So there are lots of things on. Okay, wait, I might change what number 3 is. I just thought.
Okay, you can have 4.
One thing is just being so I have to wear whatever the latest trend is. I have to go do this. you don't need to do that. Okay. You don't have to go buy every single new trend. Like if you like it and you love it and it fits your body shape and silhouette, great. But don't feel or become a victim of, this is the latest trend. This is the latest designer. I have to go try that. If that's in your wheelhouse and you want to, great. But don't feel like just because something is on the mannequin, well, here comes another thing that I'm thinking about. Don't like you have to follow what is on social media and the news. Those types of images are recreated and not real. So thinking that everybody is supposed to look like that is a huge mistake. So learning to love your body and where you are is so much more important to want to just look like everyone else. So yeah, okay, there it is. I think I did 3 things for number 3.
Okay, so for 5, 6, you know, we'll be flexible.
but those truly are like, I would say like mistakes, is feeling that you have to look like everyone else. And that's not true at all.
Yeah. Awesome. What else would you like to share as we wrap up, including how do people get in touch with you?
Awesome. Good question. So I'll start with that and then see if I think of anything else. So people can get in touch with me. You can check out my website, which is infiniteimageconsulting.com. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. My handle is @styledbychristian. I'm on LinkedIn, so you can find me all over all of those different places, in my website, of course. You can private message, all that kind of thing. And all my contact information is on my webpage. So if you want to get any of those social links, go to my webpage and you can find that. And I would say that everybody, in the closing thoughts, everyone deserves to feel beautiful and to look put together. So whether it's a convenience or something that you just want to help boost your confidence and be prepped and ready and know that you look successful in whatever it is that you're doing. If you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a businesswoman trying to get it done, or a businessman, if you're an executive or a chef or whatever it happens to be that you do with your life, I want to make sure that you're showing up as your true, authentic self. And I just want to help translate what it is that you love into the wardrobe that can help you feel the most confident and successful.
So I'm glad you said men, because we haven't talked about men at all. And
true.
I guess the mindset I think of most people is, well, this is for women.
Oh, yes.
Right. Talk a little bit about men. And do you work with children, like teenagers?
I do. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, Sarah. So I have been hired to work with teenagers as well. So, juniors, seniors, like that age range, to help them in that transition. So some parents reach out and say, they're kind of struggling with their identity right now. And I just really feel like this session would be a great boost for them. And so I will come in and we'll do like an edit in their closet, and I'll take them shopping, and then we style. And that's my signature style package. And we can do that. I've also been hired by parents to help their college age kids who are getting ready for internships and interviewing. They want to make that great first impression, to have those pieces ready for when they leave for college. So we can curate a capsule wardrobe for when they leave for college, so that they can have, that set of clothes when they're away, if they're going away, as well as have those few pieces that they have for the interview process, and so that they look professional and put together. I have done that too. I've spoken to several groups on it, from, Girl Scouts, National Charity League. I've spoken to different girls groups about, the importance of being well-dressed. I call it from necklines to hemlines. And so it's a wonderful process. So yes, I do work with younger people as well, and men. So in my previous men's sessions, it was a convenience factor for sure. So it could be, a busy lawyer who doesn't have time to go out and find all of the things. I can go in and help them to put together a wardrobe that they are, executive level ready. So that can be everything from suiting to weekend wear, because we are a billboard. So we do need to look the part, in all these areas that we're doing. And some of my most memorable male clients were also ones who were on a weight journey as well. And so they'd lost, X number of pounds, and nothing in their closet was working. So we just go do a whole new refresh and get them ready to go. Wow. Good. Well, I'm glad you just put that in there, because I think that's important to understand that you work with more than just women. Absolutely, I do. Yeah. And everything starts out with that free consult, Sarah. So you can go onto my website, book that free consult. That is the free consult is for yourself, like an individual, as well as I have one for speaking engagements as well. So if someone's interested in having me come and speak to their group, their business, whatever, we can chat more about that too.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Christian. This has been amazing.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate the opportunity. It's been wonderful.
Yeah. All right, y'all, go to Christian's website, infiniteimageconsulting.com. Yes. Click on that button to book your free consultation and see how you guys can work together. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all for listening today to Networking Done Different. I always appreciate you. If you would like to be interviewed, please email me at networkingdonedifferent@gmail.com. Bye for now.
Bye.